welcome back to New World Next Week. I'm James Corbett of CorbettReport.com.
And I'm James Evan Pilato of MediaMonarchy.com. So speaking of spotting BS, James, our second story on this jam-packed New World Next Week, episode 336, is called How to Spot a Deep Fake Video. Reddit, the aforementioned Reddit, has been making news again with another subreddit in which people use a machine learning tool called Deep Fake, which sure sounds a hell of a lot like Deep State, to automatically replace one person's face with another in the video. In a video, any video. Obviously, since this is on the internet, of course, this article points out people using it for two things: fake celebrity porn and inserting Nicolas Cage into random movies. So the reason that deepfakes have largely just involved actors is that there's a lot of footage of them available from different angles, which makes the training of this AI more effective. Nicolas Cage has 91 crappy acting credits on IMDb. Okay, they're not all crappy, just most of them. However, given the amount of photos and video people are posting online as we speak, and you really only need about 500 images to kind of train the algorithm, there's no reason to believe this isn't going to get better using regular people. So this article goes on to talk about kind of ways to spot a deep fake. Weird-looking faces, flickering, different body sizes and types, short clips, no sound, bad lip dubs, unbelievable clips, and dubious sources. For the time being, deepfakes are more of a horrifying curiosity than a major problem. The results are easy to spot, and while it's impossible to condone what's being done, no one yet is trying to pass off deepfakes as genuine videos. But this article closes by noting, as the technology gets better, however, they're likely to be a much bigger issue. For example, convincing fake footage of Kim Jong-un declaring war on the USA could cause, as an understatement, a major panic. James?
Right, so it isn't difficult to play out the potential implications of this technology in the broader sense. And let's take a step back. There's so many things to say about this. First of all, I know no one will believe me. I really have only checked out the safe for work versions of this so far. So Nicolas Cage or Robert Downey Jr. doing the Shia LaBeouf meme video thing, that kind of stuff. And some of them look fairly convincing. Some of them you can clearly tell have been manipulated. And I think it's just a factor of certain scenes work well because of certain lighting and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so I can see how, at least potentially, in certain circumstances, this could be a very convincing technology some of the time. And you raise the point that it will become more and more applicable to everyday citizens, because of course people are posting everything they ever do to Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat and what have you, and so there are many images and videos of people, and more all the time. And can you imagine what they do with people like us who have been on videos for however many, a decade now? I mean,
that's why I like to, grow funny facial hair.
It's not a bad idea, actually. But yeah, so it will become more and more convincing for kind of average people as more and more data is fed into the beast. But here's one thing that I'd like to point out. I know we covered it on our respective programs, and I'm pretty sure we covered it on Neural Next Week. This would have been almost 2 years ago now. Face-to-face, real-time face capture and reenactment of RGB videos, where there was that, I think Stanford University and a couple other research institutions were involved. They created this software where you could be talking in real time, and it would manipulate a YouTube video of George Bush was one of the examples they used. I think Obama was in there as well. They could make that person on that screen speak, move its mouth in whatever way the person in that was being filmed would speak. I mean, it's a crazy technology, and it was extremely convincing. At least in that one little regard, they could make the mouth movements look extremely convincing, and that was in real time. So this deep fakes, I don't think it's necessarily new per se, and it's just the fact that it's kind of a new app that's been released on Reddit, and everyone can download it and use it now. But this technology has certainly been around for longer than a month or whatever, and it is certainly with regards to the types of processing power that Hollywood effects studios, let alone the deep state, could bring to bear on these types of things, it's much more advanced than this kind of tinker toy that people are playing with on the internet right now. So there's that to think about. Here's another thing to think about. Obviously, one of the implications is so many videos could be faked, and they could fake a Kim Jong-un or whatever, saying whatever they want, and to start anything they want. They could, fake a video of Assad saying, yes, I gassed my own citizens and I love it, yay. They could do anything they want with regards to that. But think of it from the other perspective. Any video that comes out, they could say, no, that's a fake. And maybe they could have some kind of convincing analysis. Oh, look, this video has been manipulated this way, so it's not real. So if you ever have any actual video footage of any politician involved in anything untoward, oh, it's a deepfake. It's not real. So that's going to become an issue in the future. So there's a lot of different things to think about. And another aspect to all of this is how are we as people going to adapt to this new media environment? You often talk about media literacy on MediaMonarchy.com. Well, media literacy a decade from now might mean that you don't trust any video you see of anyone ever, right? I mean, that might be the ultimate result of this. So, crazy implications to all of this. And as a final little golden nugget, I'll just say that when I was searching this and researching it online, I came across something that I don't think has anything to do with this, but is interesting. It's a white paper from Stanford University. The Pope has a new baby, fake news detection using deep learning. And so that's slightly unrelated, but I'm going to throw it in the show notes because it looks interesting. I haven't read through the whole thing yet, but have at it, guys.
So I just thought of this again as we're sort of kind of ruminating on these questions. Is it possible blockchain-like technologies could help to verify and validate all video footage in the future?
Yes, there will definitely be some aspect of that where, there will be stamp watermarks and timestamps and whatever blockchain verified things inserted, and that will be fakeable and fudgeable in some way too, I'm sure. So it'll be a never-ending arms race.
I thought we were figuring out the future here.